Right, I think I'm actually ready to get this vlog underway. So it is Monday night, and so we are fresh, still fresh off that boat. That's how fresh we are, because I'm just coming out to tidy up a little bit of paperwork in my motorhome. You end up with loads of paperwork on your motorhome trips, you know, when you arrive at a campsite and they give you information, different places, it's all information, it's paperwork, and like I say, it's fresh as a daisy, just off the boat. There's the first bit of paper. That's what they stick in the windscreen on the way back, and that was last Monday afternoon. So we have literally been back 1 week now, which is hard to believe, really. So we had a bit of a hectic weekend. As you know, we went up to Old Oaks at Glastonbury. If you watch them videos from the weekend, bit of a last minute one. I think we're still sort of like coming down from the trip. It's you're so sort of like, it was going so, and then all of a sudden it's boom, and then it was kind of like we need to get going again. So that's what we did, and we had a fantastic weekend. But anyway, I just wanted to sort of just do an update on the trip, just in case there's any people want to looking for a bit more information. You know the score, you can always give me a message. I'm going to actually start with the ferry crossing. The Brittany's ferry crossing, from the word go, was, we just cannot fault it. It was just so good. We rocked up down Plymouth. It was all very laid back, and on the boat we got up in the so we got up into our room, up into our cabin. They give you the boarding, you get like a boarding pass when you check in at the ferry port, and it's got a number on it, and you just find your room, go up, put your stuff in your room. And we were kind of like, right, let's get up and have a beer. So it was kind of like, I think it was like 9 o'clock when we actually like originally got on the boat. So got our stuff in the room, up into the bar, couple of drinks in, entertainment on. The next thing, the time is gone like that, probably midnight, something like that. We got back to the cabin, got our heads down, and the next thing, you're waking up in France. It's pretty impressive, to be fair. So relaxed, very relaxed. And that was like for me, it was a 25-minute journey down the road. It was, just couldn't fault it for that sort of like convenience. So we were actually talking to some people the weekend, and obviously people that live up north, it's such a bind to come, you know, that's how we started doing this, is that drive to Dover, Eurotunnel, Folkestone. So it just made a refreshing change. Obviously the price goes up a little bit because obviously it's a longer crossing, and not so cost friendly, but it depends where you're going. It literally, for us, it suited the run we're on, because we just literally dropped into the northern France, and we rattled on down there, and it was fantastic. We had a fantastic trip. As you know, that we were trying to blog it all the way, and you know the score, guys. That camping car park, the app, the card thing, €5. Get one of these if you're going. It just makes life a lot easier, and I know we've got some subscribers that are actually using this now, and they've actually commented and said it's one of the best little ideas that has come out of like camper car in France for a long time, and all a very similar format. So we stopped at the Rochefort on the way down, and we used it. We went on to Biarritz, where we used it again, and then obviously we went into Spain, so then it's only for France. But then on the way back, we stopped, where did we stop? Crikey. So we ended up Noirmoutier with the potatoes. I always like think of potatoes, and Noirmoutier. That was a cracking stopover, and these stopovers, check out the app, see how much it costs. We ended up back at the camping car park at Roscoff. That was majorly convenient. So we cannot emphasize that one enough, which I'm always beating on about. So convenient. It's just that with that card, swipe it, up goes the barrier, in you go, park up, get the electricity on, and then pay as you leave. It's just can't fault it. So yeah, in amongst my paperwork, I had a couple of stickers, so sorting out a few stickers going in my book. That beautiful camper area, it's Auto Caravanas area camping down at Elche, not far from Elche, Saint Pola. Check out the Dutch campsite. We'll get there in the end. Yeah, just chucking a few stickers in my book that we got on the trip, and updating that one, and then just literally sorting some of the other stuff out that we picked up on the trip. So anybody that's heading down that way with the camping car park, it makes it very, very cost effective for the camping. There was one that we used on the way back. This was the Basin de Arcachon, that municipal campsite. It was 20 euros 94 cents lot, and it was a brilliant pitch. We had electricity, they had a really good shower block there, they had all the facilities that you needed. That was a top stop off really as well. Value for money. And funny enough, I've just had my caravan club membership come through, and we were kind of like, oh my god, caravan's like, you're going to renew again? And again, you know, the prices for caravan club sites compared to this, we need to go back again, seriously. So oh, the other one I did have was so when we ended up at Benidorm, so we stayed at the Camping Villamar. So the total there was 89 euros 40 cents for 3 nights, and electricity as well, full on electricity. So that was an absolute, they had a beautiful pool there, the shop was brilliant, the facilities, couldn't fault it. We've done the blog on it. I've done many blogs on the places we stopped, and hopefully showed you everything that you need, just in case you need to go there. But basically, yeah, I'm just gonna literally put that out. I'm just gonna do a quick video tonight, just as a bit of a debriefing for that trip. We had an incredible trip, bit of a whirlwind really. Obviously, you know what I do, we do the vlogs to show you guys where we get to, so it makes my sleep pattern a little bit awkward some days when I'm trying to do vlogs and stuff. But I think we just about covered everything. I have got one more vlog to do actually, and it was the drive into Biarritz. It's quite a nice little drive into Biarritz, I think, and then we ended up on the other camping car park, which was not one of these. We went to this place a few years ago, and we just literally wanted to go back. There was nothing wrong with the Camper Air, the camping car park one at Biarritz. It was perfect on the way down, but we just wanted to change it around a little bit, just to have a look at something different. So that was perfect. The two at Royan were camping car park ones as well, so we went and looked at the one at Royan, and then one 10 minutes up the road that was perfect as well. Yeah, so just running over that, and the itinerary, great time in Benidorm. We then left there and we went down to the botanical gardens down at Elche, just behind Alicante, and that was incredible. Wandering around that area, beautiful area, all them palm trees. From there we went on down to the Fort Bravo. So that's crazy camper park down out in the desert that was just like the Wild West town. It was certainly different. It was yeah, something like we've never experienced before really, on that kind of like level of rawness of being like out in a absolute Wild West town. That was fantastic, great experience, and again there, good stopover. We had used their showers actually. The showers were brilliant. we went up to the saloon, we had some drinks there, and great time, just a bit of a one-night stopover. And then, yeah, from there we ended up going up to that Castrill, the camping up there, which we ended up staying there for 2 nights. It was a stunning place. We went out walking around, brilliant place. And then, yeah, so we ended up leaving there, and then we went up to around Jules. Have I forgotten how to say it already? So that was that. Great place. It's a full-on campsite. I got the brochure as it goes, like big brochure, big plan. I can't remember. That was, I think it was about 30 odd euros. Around Jules, something like that. So that was a little stopover on the way back. It was all good. It was great. And these were, everything on our trip was not booked. It was just like a bit random. With these kind of schemes, you don't need to. You can check on the app whether there's availability. As you know, the one at Noir Montier, we were keeping an eye on that, and I think when we got there was like 7 pitches left. But great trip, absolutely. Do it again tomorrow. Need more time, definitely need more time. But 20 days goes like that in a flash, and we ate out a few times, nothing too elaborate. Costs wise, so obviously the initial ferry cost, which you've got to jiggle around the dates. It varies so much on the dates you go. Just get on, if you're looking to do a crossing, just get on their website, Brittany Ferries, and just have a little jiggle around with the dates that you're looking for, and punch in. You get some things up. It's not a committal to buy. It's just like put in some dates, try that one a little bit earlier maybe. I'm doing that all the time with my itineraries, trying to get sort of like a nice, smooth, make it nice, not just because it's super cheap at midnight. Who wants to be traveling on a Eurotunnel at midnight? It's inconvenient, you know. It's not a very good time. If you want to, the only time I would be doing that is, I did do that, didn't I, at Christmas, where I had a really late one. And yeah, so I think really late one, get on, get over, get parked up, get your head down. But yeah, that's, you know, normally for the Brittany Ferries, it was a really nice, relaxed kind of like attitude, and it made it almost like a little mini cruise to go with the journey as well. We enjoyed it, looking out the window, looking at the views as you arrive. It wasn't so nice, it wasn't so pretty. It was a little bit grey in Roscoff, wasn't it? But when we went over, and then it's like under the sun. But so that's about that. Any questions that anybody's got, just drop us a message. You know the score. We'll try and get back to you and answer your questions. Don't be afraid to go and do this if you've not done this kind of thing before. I try and you know, I know loads of people that watch our videos might have done this before, and it's old hat, don't think nothing of it. But basically we had an amazing 20-day trip that was yeah, the stuff we saw, I keep sort of like, oh my god, remember that. There's certain things that you just sort of like, and I was only just actually mentioning to somebody that the fact that when you go into the garages where they come out and serve you in Spain still, like the old school days in England, where you sort of like get out expecting to lift the nozzle out the holster, and they're like, put that away, we're filling up your Motorhome with diesel. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that with Spain. It's like I haven't had that kind of experience for a long time. So that was it's just crazy little things, and just, you know, stopping on them roads were empty. Going that Sierra Nevada like national park, going down them roads where it was like straight, and just stopping on the road, and them goats on the side of the road, and just so many like crazy things like that. And I remember the first garage I actually went into in Spain when we were trundling, and they just could not. Well, I actually went for my filler cap and ended up with a splash of diesel on my hand, and I'm like, and the guy just could not do it. I've still got a wet wipe in my dash for that. He loaded him with wet wipes, wipe your hand, come into our wash your hands, soap. They just could not do enough for me. I was so impressed. And the other one that was a really big highlight on the trip was when we were at Camping Municipal, Arcachon. There was a motorhome on the opposite side, and I was a little bit sort of like, ooh, that's a strange number plate on there, wasn't it? So initially I thought it was like Ukraine. There was a bit of yellow on it, but it was a guy from Morocco, and I sort of like, oh mate, sort of made a bit of an effort, and sort of we had a bit of a chat, and he was top man. Honestly, I was like blown away, and he was telling me that he's from Marrakesh, and if that's anything to go by, with kind of his attitude and everything, I was kind of like, that guy, that makes you feel almost like Marrakesh. You know, straight away I felt I've not been to Marrakesh. Look at that lad. I would go to the drop of a hat with just his kind of like attitude, and such a welcoming guy, and yeah, Marrakesh, Morocco. Top man. If you're watching this, I'll remember you. And I did actually, I'll have to have a look and see if we got the little bit of it. Did I put it in a video? I can't remember. I was going to actually put it in the video, and I forgot all about it because it was on my phone. He was just leaving, and we were like waving, and it was a real sort of like top moment on the trip. I must admit, I was like, yeah, that sort of like friend, and we met some amazing people on this trip. Honestly, the people you meet on these trips are another level. It's honestly, it's that's, if you're kind of like a sociable kind of people like we are, you get out and do this sort of thing, and you just bump into like-minded people all the way, like Northerners on Tour in Benidorm. Very sociable people. But yeah, but the general part, the only sort of thing, I think the only thing is, it's sometimes I think people can be a little bit like, oh, so that sort of French, but I don't speak that good of French, you know. I sort of make the effort, and bonjour and merci beaucoup and all the rest of it. So a lot of the guys that we see on the camper parks, the French guys, almost want to be speaking to you in conversation, and sometimes it takes a little, like one night, and then it's kind of like this, they start sort of like bonjour a lot more, and you just sort of like break that ice kind of thing, and there's some great people out there. Love it. So I'm going to leave the video there because that's probably been about half an hour. So I'm going to go in and rip the video. Let's check the time. It is Monday the 26th of June, and it is 6:35. So I'm going to try and pace this one out before maybe 8:30 if I get my ass in gear. So thanks for watching this video, guys. You know the score. If there's anything you missed, give us a message, and we'll do our best to answer any questions. Thanks for watching. Peace and love. We're just back from Glastonbury, mate, and we had an incredible weekend. Peace and love. Let's go.